10 shot, 1 killed in early morning gunfire outside lounge in Ohio. This was published on September 5th, 2022 from the Associated Press, but my source is cbsnews.com. Let's go to East Cleveland, Ohio. Authorities say early morning gunfire outside a lounge in a Cleveland suburb wounded about 10 people, killing one of them. 10 people were shot in Ohio, and this is not covered by the mainstream media. This is not getting national attention. Why? Just because of the neighborhood it was in? Just because of the people who were involved? Just because 10 people didn't die? Only one person died, but every time somebody is shot, this is a traumatic event in their life. Every time somebody is shot, you don't know if they'll succumb to their injuries later, if they'll need amputations, if this person will need permanent physiological or psychological help for the rest of their life, if this person will have crippling medical debt, because we live in a country that does not guarantee health care for all of its citizens. So every time some of these people are shot, somebody will have to pay the bill for that. And these bills can be extremely high. That's not right. That's not fair. And we should not only care about a mass shooting. And by the way, a mass shooting is when 4 or more people are shot, not killed. It's not when only 20 kids are killed in a school, which will happen again. It's not only when 10 black people are killed in a supermarket, which will happen again. It's not when only, 30 plus people are shot at a country music concert in Las Vegas, which will happen again. A mass shooting is when 4 or more regular old Americans are shot at one time. And this should be a national tragedy. We are the embarrassment of the world. I am filming this video in Mauritius. In Mauritius, a country in Africa. If I turn on the news here in Mauritius, I am pretty sure 10 people were not shot in one evening, in one night, on a holiday. But in the United States, this can happen literally almost every day. And this is not something as a nation that we try to tackle or fight. It only becomes a tragedy or something that we focus on when 10 of our kids are killed in a school or 30 of our grandparents are murdered in church, which are real tragedies which have happened. And we as Americans say, well, that's normal. That's worth it to have the gun, the Second Amendment. For any of these people who love the gun, put that pistol in your mouth and suck it like the dick you think it is. Because the gun is not the extension of your dick. It does not guarantee our liberty. It does not make us safer. It doesn't protect anybody. It only causes more and more bloodshed in America. If you think I'm crazy, tell all the other countries in the world which have actual gun control and make it hard for their citizens to get guns that they're crazy as well. Because too many Americans think having a gun is what is necessary to keep our country safe. It is absolutely not. Some Americans think having a gun is absolutely necessary to keep their family safe. It's absolutely not. In every other country in the world that we should be similar to or better than, they make it extremely hard for their citizens to get guns, and that's why they don't have mass shootings. If you don't believe me, go to Canada. If you don't believe me, go to France. If you don't believe me, go to Germany, Italy, Turkey, and almost every other third world nation in the world. China, with 1 billion people, can have almost 0 mass shootings in 2022. Meanwhile, in the United States, we have over 546 mass shootings in 2022 alone. More than 2 per day. How many more of our children have to die before we have to say this is enough? And how many more regular old mass shootings that I cover on my channel, which 10 people are shot outside of a club, and in the article is only less than 100 words. Horrible. East Cleveland police reported multiple calls about the shots fired outside Just Us Lounge in Deli shortly before 3 a.m. Monday. Detectives said about 10 people were shot and 1 person died. The name of the person killed wasn't immediately released, and there was no immediate word on the severity of the injuries to the others, although police said some were taken to hospitals. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation responded and is investigating along with the police department of the Cuyahoga County city. No arrests were immediately announced, and details about the circumstances of the shooting weren't immediately released. So, this is not the first mass shooting in Ohio that I've covered. There's plenty more. Go look through my channel at the other mass shootings that have happened in Ohio. But this is not the first time that there's been 10 people shot around the time of a holiday. On New Year's of 2022, 10 people shot in 20-hour span from New Year's Eve into the morning of January 1st. Cleveland is a violent place, but the entire country is a violent place. I don't make these videos to demonize a city or a neighborhood. I've never been to Cleveland, actually. Don't really want to. Don't really want to go back to America in general. But The entire country is dangerous. The entire country is flooded with guns, and this only allows more and more mass shootings to happen and intentional homicides to happen. In most other countries, this does not happen regularly over their weekends or over their holidays. But in the U.S., we allow too many guns to permeate, which allow these shootings to happen. This was written by Chris Anderson for Cleveland19.com, published on January 2nd, 2022. Cleveland, Ohio. The year ended on a violent note in Cleveland, with the police department reporting 10 shooting victims in 20 hours, spanning from New Year's Eve into the morning of January 1st, 2022. The count includes the deadly carjacking of an off-duty Cleveland police officer and 2 other fatal shootings. Blue lives matter. Blue lives matter. For all the people on my channel who are right-wing, conservative, reactionary nuts with Donald Trump's dick in their mouth, please, if you want the police to live, if you want to back the blue, let's get the guns off of the streets. At least the assault rifles. Even though more people are killed with pistols every year, but let's at least get the assault rifles out of the street. Because too many police are killed every single year because of civilians who have guns. And too many police are crashing out and shooting unarmed innocent civilians because they think they have guns. In other countries, this doesn't happen. But too many stupid Americans think having the gun is necessary to keep our country safe or to keep our police safe. Backwards, circular, stupid logic. According to reports from the Cleveland Division of Police, December 31st, 2021, 9:26 a.m., a 43-year-old man was pronounced dead at the scene from a gunshot wound to his chest at a home on Rexford Avenue near East 123rd Street. He was shot while inside the house by someone outside, police said. 6:20 p.m., Cleveland Division of Police off-duty officer Shane Bartek, 25, was fatally shot during a carjacking in an apartment building parking lot on Rocky River Drive. He was pronounced dead at Fairview Hospital. Multiple suspects have been taken into custody in connection to the deadly incident. 7:09 p.m., paramedics transported a 31-year-old man to MetroHealth Hospital after he was shot in the knee in the 7500 block of Aetna Road. January 1st, 2022. As soon as it's a new year, somebody has to get shot in the U.S. 1:14 a.m. A 33-year-old man was shot in the shoulder in the area of the 10100 block of Hilgert Drive and taken to the Cleveland Clinic for treatment. 2:41 a.m. An 18-year-old man was shot in both legs and an arm, police said, near the intersection of East 78th Street and Cedar Avenue. He was treated at St. Vincent Charity Hospital. 2:53 a.m. 2 women, identified only as being in their 20s, were both shot on Woodland Avenue near East 112th Street. One was shot in the back and the other was hit in the hip. Paramedics took both to the university hospitals in serious condition. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Every time somebody is shot, it's a traumatic event. And these are all tragedies. All lives matter, right? All lives matter. 3:35 a.m. Detectives are investigating a homicide that occurred near East 150th Street and Kinsman Road. A 30-year-old man was shot in the neck and pronounced dead at the scene. 3:44 a.m. A 35-year-old man was shot in the shoulder in the 8000 block of Jones Road and taken to the MetroHealth Hospital for additional treatment. Police said a 30-year-old woman was shot in the back. She was taken by EMS to university hospitals. Always a typo in these articles because nobody seems to care. I guess I'm the only person reading these articles. Anyway, rest in peace to all the victims of gun violence in Ohio. I hope the people shot in this incident fully recover, and rest in peace to the man who lost his life. Let's come together as a country, change the gun culture, change our society, change our minds, emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. The gun does not make us safe. Let's make America a better place for all citizens. And for anybody who's going to say East Cleveland is a dangerous neighborhood, it's a drug-infested, gun-infested, gang-infested neighborhood, all of you can suck my dick. Fuck you. It does not matter where somebody lives in this country. Everybody should be able to have the right to live in a country that is safe and free. If you just shit on people just because of where they live or what part of the city they're in, fuck you. You're a sick, disgusting person. You have no right to call yourself a Christian. You have no right to call yourself a good person. I'm here to advocate for all people in the world, regardless of race, color, religion, or ethnicity. We need to end gun violence in the United States. Period.